this. I think the temperature's rising diplomatically, militarily, all around the world. For example, 400 Marines are in Syria with heavy artillery. 2,500 paratroopers from the 82nd Airborne are in Kuwait. They're on a mission in Syria and Iraq. And now, Navy SEAL Team 6, along with F-35 fighter jets, will train with South Korean forces. They'll simulate a strike on North Korea. John Bolton joins us now. The temperature's rising, this is militarily speaking, all around the world. Are we close to a flashpoint anywhere?
Well, I think the Trump administration inherited a badly deteriorating American security posture around the world, and what you're seeing is the manifestation of that deterioration in a number of different places. I think especially on the Korean Peninsula, for a variety of reasons, the aggression that North Korea has shown in its continued pursuit of deliverable nuclear weapons, the political crisis in South Korea, that you could find a flashpoint there, not because anybody necessarily intends it, but because of the uncertainty of the situation. So yes, I do think, and it was inevitable, that the mistakes made by the Obama administration would begin to manifest themselves in ways that Trump would have to deal with.
Well, President Trump is probably going to meet with Xi Jinping from China next month, probably at Mar-a-Lago in Florida. Will that do anything to contain the heat, maybe?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, I think the responsibility lies largely on China's here. My advice to the president would be don't seek to make a quick deal with Xi Jinping. Talk about the range of issues, especially the North Korean nuclear weapons program. China's trying to take over the South China Sea and make it a Chinese province, their attitude Taiwan and Hong Kong, their domestic economic policies, discrimination against foreign businesses and investors. There's a lot to talk about. So I think from President Trump's point of view, sizing Xi Jinping up and getting a feel for what he's really all about is very important and should take some time. There should be no feeling of pressure to do an immediate deal on any particular issue.
It's just interesting to see the American military pushing forward in Syria and Kuwait and in South Korea. I do want to bring up the issue of the Saudis. The Deputy Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia, he visits the White House later on today. Can you tell us, what does President Trump want from the Saudis, and what do the Saudis want from President Trump?
Well, I think they'd like to test out the president on his views on Iran, on the nuclear weapons program there, on Iran's continued support for terrorism, how to deal with ISIS. The Middle East, because of the lessening of America's presence and interest and determination there over the last 8 years, is a very dangerous place, particularly given the threats of the terrorist and the regime in Iran. So there's a lot to cover, including what's going on in Yemen, the deterioration across North Africa and the Middle East of many regimes that have just collapsed, and this is something that worries our Arab friends there.
Don't the Saudis want us to stand up and maybe confront Iran?
Well, I think the Saudis have precisely the same interest as Israel in opposing Iran getting a deliverable nuclear weapon. And under the last 8 years, Iran just marched steadily toward that objective. And I think, although the Gulf Arabs said when Obama signed the nuclear deal with Iran, they would support it, they know as well as Israel does that Iran has no intention of complying with that deal, is not complying with it now, and intends to get deliverable nuclear weapons, all the while continuing to aid Hezbollah and Hamas and other radical groups. So it's a very worrying concern for all the Gulf Arabs. This is a struggle, in my view, for hegemony in the region that the Iranians are pursuing and the Saudis and others are very worried about.
It's just fascinating. There's all these hot spots around the world, and we concentrate in America very much on Obamacare and tax cuts and the economy. That's the way it is these days. Ambassador Bolton, thanks for joining us, sir. See you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart.